Today we are going to find out the correct pronunciation of 25, and some bonuses here and there, Hollywood actors' names as requested by you guys. And thank you for the great suggestions that many of you wrote in the comments, and I've also added some other names that I thought would be interesting, so keep watching. Welcome to my channel, io sono Miriam Romeo, e se capisci l'inglese ma non riesci a parlarlo come vorresti, then I would love to be your English coach. Make the sound of your English smoother today thanks to the 5 tips I share in my free pronunciation class. Click on the link in the description box below to watch it. Let's go! Demi Moore. Demi, it's a French name, I believe. Demi. Demi Moore. Moore. This last name is pronounced just like the word more with one O. Moore. So some bonuses for you are Julianne Moore, Roger Moore, Michael Moore, Demi Moore. Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Richard, re, the stress goes on this first syllable, so the vowel is a lax e, as in the word it, re, churd, churd. This vowel is unstressed. Richard. Richard. Gear. Gear. This is pronounced just like the word gear, so with a hard g sound, not j. It's not gear. Richard Gere. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. Willem, it's a nickname. Willem, we, lax e, lum, lum. The other vowel is just a schwa. Willem Dafoe. Dafoe. The stress goes on the second syllable in the last name, foe. So the first syllable is d. Dafoe. Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew, ma, as in mad, a, Matthew. Voiceless th, as in the word think, so it's not a t, it's a th. Matthew, you, Matthew. McConaughey. McConaughey. The stresses go on ka and hey at the end. McConaughey. McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. Halle Berry. Halle, ha, same vowel that you have in bad, cat, hat, ha, lee. Lee. Tense E, as in the word eat. Halle Berry. Her first name and her last name end with the exact same vowel, a tense E sound. Halle Berry. Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwe, that Y has a lax E sound. Gwe, not gui. Gwe, neth. So that E is just a schwa because the stress goes on gwe, gwyn, gwyneth, and then a voiceless th as in the word think at the end. Gwyneth. Paltrow. Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow. Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney, this is a nickname too. Sigour, the stress goes on the second syllable, on gore, so the first vowel is a schwa. Sigourney. Sigourney Weaver. We, tense E after the W, Weaver. Sigourney Weaver. Susan Sarandon. Susan, Sue, you start with a voiceless S. Susan. The second S sounds like a Z. Susan. And the last vowel is just a schwa because the stress goes on Sue. Susan. Zin. Not Susan. Susan. Sarandon. Sarandon. The stress goes on the second syllable, Sarandon. So the first and the third vowels are just schwa sounds. Sarandon. Susan Sarandon. And Susan Sarandon once played Bette Davis. Bette Davis. Betty. That's right. This name is pronounced with a tense E at the end. It's not a silent vowel. It's not Bet. It's Betty. Bette Davis. Davis. Vis. This vowel is a lax E, but also a schwa, because the stress goes on the first syllable, on day. Davis. So it's unstressed, so it's in between a lax E and a schwa, and frankly, when you pronounce it, there's no difference. Davis. Vis. You just go from the V to the voiceless S at the end. Davis. Bette Davis. Speaking of Davis, Viola Davis. Viola Davis. Those are two defined syllables. Viola. La. This one is not a defined vowel. It's not viola. It's viola. La. La. It's like a more defined schwa, but still the stress is at the beginning of the name. Viola. Viola Davis. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Not Cruise or Cruise. Tom Cruise. Z. A Z sound, not a S. Tom Cruise. Harvey Keitel. Harvey, like heart. Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel. Kim Basinger. Kim lacks I, as in the word it. Kim Basinger. It's not Basinger. It's a hard G sound, but it's not a strong G sound. Basinger. Can you hear it? Because that G comes after the N, so it's not strong at all. Kim Basinger. Charlize Theron. Okay, so Charlize Theron is from South Africa, and her name is Afrikaans, and she speaks Afrikaans. So you can look it up online. The way she pronounces her name in Afrikaans, I can't say it, but she goes by Charlize Theron. Charlize, the first sound is a sh, not a ch. Charlize Theron. This is the way she pronounces her name in English. So she's internationally known as Charlize Theron. Voiceless th, as in the word think. The, that's the defined, the stressed syllable. Theron. Run. The last O is just a schwa, because the stress, again, goes on the. Theron. Charlize Theron. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. Hugh Jackman. Hugh, the last two letters are silent, so it's just Hugh, a strong H, and then U. Hugh Jackman. Jack, which is the stressed part of his last name, Jackman. That syllable is unstressed, so the vowel is just a schwa. It's not Jackman. It's Jackman. And this applies to all last names that end with man. That man, that last part, is not stressed, so that A, that vowel, is just a schwa. Freeman, Goldman, Newman, And this is what happens with last names. Superheroes have a defined vowel at the end of their names. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. But these are superhero names. Normal last names are different. Hugh Jackman, Jackman. Ewan McGregor, Ewan, U as in you, a schwa, and then an N at the end. Ewan. McGregor, McGre. So don't think about that C. It's just like McGre. So an M, a schwa, McGre, and a double G. McGregor. And then depending on the accent, you either pronounce the R at the end or you don't. Ewan McGregor. Gillian Anderson. Gillian. That initial G doesn't have a hard G sound, but a soft J sound. So Gillian. J. The first I, the first vowel, has a lax I sound, as in the word it. J, li. This one has a tense E sound. Jelly, Jillian. And then that A is a schwa. Gillian. Anderson. That vowel before the N at the end is again a schwa. Gillian Anderson. Patrick Swayze. Patrick, same vowel that you have in the word cat, bad, pal, Patrick, lax E, Patrick. Swayze, Patrick Swayze. Ashton Kutcher. Ashton. Just go from the T to the N because there's just a small schwa in between, but it will just come out naturally without you having to do anything. Ashton. Kutcher. So the vowel here, that U, has the same sound that you have in words like book, look, good, cook, Kutcher. And then the other syllable is unstressed. Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher. Jared Leto. Jared, red. Last vowel in his name is a schwa. Red. You just go from the R to the D. Jared Leto. Jared Leto. Macaulay Culkin. Macaw. So the stress is on caw. So the first vowel is just a schwa. Macaulay. Macaulay Culkin. Like Colt, Culkin. Last vowel, a schwa. Culkin. Macaulay Culkin. Joaquin Phoenix. This is how he pronounces his own name. Joaquin Phoenix. The last name is actually a stage name. Phoenix. Phi, tense E, as in the word eat. Phoenix. So it's a lax E, but almost a schwa, basically, because again, unstressed, so undefined. Phoenix. You go from the N to the X, whatever comes out, that's your vowel. Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, so most people, native speakers, English people, American people, pronounce this Ralph Fiennes. But the actor himself has explained that the pronunciation of his first name is actually not Ralph, it's actually Rafe. Rafe. Apparently it's an old version of this name, of the name Ralph, so you have the same spelling, but there's this English version where you pronounce it Rafe. So he pronounces his own name Rafe, but no one outside his family pronounces it that way. He is known as Ralph Fiennes. Fiennes. So Rafe Fiennes, this is the actual correct pronunciation of his name, or as he is internationally known, Ralph Fiennes. And finally, this name, this was requested. So this last name is actually Swedish because Jake and Maggie are half Swedish. So they know what the correct Swedish pronunciation should be. But they go by Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal. And they always pronounce it that way, Gyllenhaal, maybe except when they are in Sweden, I don't know. But the correct English pronunciation that they always give is Gyllenhaal. J. So with a soft J sound, not with a G, not with a hard G sound. Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other suggestions, please write them in the comments below. Don't forget to click on the link in the description box to get your free pronunciation class. And if you want to work with me, you can contact me at this email address right here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.